Hi, this is Mark Olsey with Pledge Talk and another communication tip. So I've recently been talking about how we can start a conversation with someone by saying something like, hey, I just felt unloved, disrespected, hurt, disregarded, unheard, misunderstood, whatever word fits your situation. Have I brought this about because I have hurt or frustrated you or made you feel unloved or disrespected? Again, whatever word fits in some way. So the basic formula is this. I have felt ... Have I done or said something that made you feel ... Or, when this happens, I have felt ... Have I done or said anything that made you feel ... I'm sure there are other ways to start a difficult but potentially helpful conflict conversation, but this is definitely a good way to consider. Now, there are a few other important elements of the conflict conversation to consider before entering into the conversation itself. Just think who, what, when, where, how, and why. Think first, who. Most often it's just you and the person you are in conflict with, unless, of course, there are others also involved. What? Think in terms of using the TALK acronym that I have taught on a number of occasions and or in the Pledge Talk learning community. For those of you who have not taken the course, here's a brief overview. T stands for tell, not yell. Really important. Tell what you heard, what you saw, or what you experienced that brought about the conflict. A stands for speaking about how you have been affected by what someone else has said or done. How you have felt hurt, left out, disrespected, frustrated, unloved, forgotten. Again, whatever word describes how you were affected. L in talk stands for what it is you are longing for in the relationship. What kind of relationship do you really want with this person? K stands for key ask. What is one thing you wish could happen immediately to help start a new and positive direction for the relationship? Okay, that's who and what. Let's go to when. I learned this one the hard way in some key relationships that I've had. So don't bring up a personal frustration when your boss is about to go into an important meeting. Unless, of course, it'd be critical for that meeting. And don't bring up a hurt or frustration when you or your spouse is tired and about to go to bed. It's not going to be good. Almost never is at that time. Timing really matters. Where? Depends. Preferably somewhere away from distractions. In some conflict conversations, you maybe want to even pick a place where you feel safe, like maybe a public spot, a restaurant, or out on a patio. If in a marriage, maybe you find a place away from the kids, or maybe you have that conversation in front of the kids. A general rule of thumb that I've thought about at times is if the conflict happened in front of our kids, it might be good to solve it in front of them, to show them how, and to show them that we are committed to working through problems together. Now, this depends, of course, on you feeling pretty confident in knowing how and using the principles we talk about to guide you through the conversation. How? Use the principles of pledge and talk. Use them as a guide for the conversation itself. Now, if you don't know what these processes are, or you've not taken the courses, go to pledgetalk.com to watch the videos on pledge, Or go to learnpledgetalk.com if you really want to dive deep and get all you can to learn the processes we teach. Plus, there you will find a community of people all on the same journey to learn how to relate the best way possible with their friends, coworkers, with their family, and with others. And why? This is the biggie. If you've been around me much at all, or read my book, or watched very many of these videos, you have no doubt heard me say that everything we do and say is to be motivated by love. Think with me about this for a moment. You and I were made for relationships. There is nothing more important in life than relationships. If you don't know that now, one day you will. When you are on your deathbed and you wished you had a mate, a child, or even a friend there with you. Believe me, you won't be wishing for another car or another big sale at that point. You will either be alone or with those you love and who love you. But to have around you those whom you love then, you will want to be working on loving those around you now. So, we bring up a concern or a frustration in a conflict conversation, not to gripe or vent, but in hopes of repairing any damage done in the relationship so we can get back to love. Now, you might think in terms of reconnecting or shoring up the friendship or honoring each other. Any or all of these are in line with making the relationship and love the highest priority. Okay, there you have it. Before you seek to initiate a conflict conversation, think through the who, what, when, where, how, and why. If you do, the chances go way up that the conversation will lead to healing and enhancing the relationships. I'm Mark Olsey, author and creator of Pledge Talk. To learn more, go to pledgetalk.com or learnpledgetalk.com. Bye for now.